Life for All presents Daily Food Series, Word, Life, and Edification, Part 2. Title of Book 3, The Church, the Place of Those Who Love Jesus, by Pedro. Week 4, The Triumphal Entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. Tuesday, Bethany, an environment of love that breeds the church life. Read with prayer. Took branches of palm trees and went out to meet him, and cried out, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel. John chapter 12, verse 13. The Lord Jesus faced strong persecution from the chief priests and the Pharisees in Jerusalem, but he took refuge in Bethany, where he was welcomed into a loving and healthy atmosphere. John chapter 12, verse 1. At the supper offered to Jesus, Lazarus, who had been resurrected from the dead, was at the table. While Martha served, Mary, breaking an alabaster flask, anointed Jesus' feet, wiped them with her hair, and permeated the entire house with the aroma of the oil. Verses 2 and 3. This scene echoes the essence of the church life. Sinners redeemed, the blind able to see, the paralyzed able to walk, and all of them serving the Lord together. Our teenagers, by divine grace, freed from their bonds, now dedicate themselves fervently to the service of the Lord. Whether they are on the streets proclaiming the gospel, immersing themselves in the word, or transcribing it, they maintain fellowship with the Lord. They even go to sleep with God and wake up with Him. Their secular lives are blessed, which is reflected in an exemplary school performance. This is the church life. Everyone madly loving the Lord. In John chapter 12, we have the account of the voluntary, triumphal reception of Jesus by a multitude, carrying palm branches and crying out, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel. Verse 13. This extraordinary event occurred spontaneously, without any external guidance or coercion. The people of Jerusalem, in an unplanned gesture, warmly welcomed Jesus when he headed to the city. The hostile and offensive environment of Jerusalem was miraculously transformed by God's action. Last year, joy flooded our churches through immersion in the Word and working with the teens. There was so much joy that when visiting churches and conferences with other co-workers, we were greeted with the war cries from an excited entourage. However, such enthusiasm generated criticism from the quote-unquote Pharisees that accused us of promoting self-exaltation. We clarify that we were not the promoters of these demonstrations, but they were the product of a spontaneous reaction arising from the joy of the brothers and sisters. In a city in Colombia, the brothers and sisters organized a motorcade and dressed up like quote-unquote generals in an excessive expression of joy that triggered the criticism from these Pharisees. The only certainty we have is that God knows our heart. The environment and the sphere in Jerusalem were hostile, with leaders trying to arrest and kill Jesus at any cost. John chapter 11, verse 57. That is why the Lord turned away from them. However, due to the signs performed, especially the resurrection of Lazarus, many believed in Jesus. A large crowd spontaneously took palm branches and shouted, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, the King of Israel. Chapter 12, verse 13. God works supernaturally by transforming hostile environments into warm celebrations and awakening genuine joy in His people. Write the sentence that touched your heart the most. Highlight the key points in this sentence. Pray according to the content highlighted above.